Hello friends, welcome to CR Digital Classes. In this present video, we are going to discuss about IP address classes. What are these IP address classes? First of all, this IP means Internet Protocol. So, network or Internet Protocol. So, for every website or for every browsing, whenever we want to check any of the information, we should have proper IP address. That is, we should have network facility which will be through the IP address. So this network address helps in identifying the network across the globe. From where, which place the person is accessing, that will be known with the help of this IP address. So every connection or every location, you will have an IP address. So it contains network ID and host ID. Network ID and host ID. The host ID is a unique address given to each host on the networks. So IP protocol uses 32 bytes address, 4 bytes, that means 4 bytes for the network addressing. So depending on the applications, the network addresses are classified into 5 types or 5 categories. That is class A, class B, class C, class D and class E. So let us understand one by one. Class A network address. That is, in class A, 1 byte is used for network address and 3 bytes are used for host address. So every network you will have two. One is network and the other one is host. So in this A category, the bytes are used for network is 1 and the bytes are used for host is 3. So you can see here class A, that is 1 byte for network, 3 bytes for host. Then the structure will be in this way, the range of class A. So you can see the digits which are in the zeros and all the zeros are there reserved for address. So starting address of class A is, this is the starting address. Then it should be minimum class address is, that is 127, 255, 255 and this should be the maximum. Then coming to class A, that is bytes, all 8 bytes are in 1 and therefore the decimal values is whatever you have seen earlier slide, that is 255, 127. You can see as they are the 8 bits are in 1 byte, therefore the decimal value is 255. So to determine any byte value, subtract 0 position value from 255. So for class A, the 0 bit is in 2 to the power 7th position, that means 128. That is 255 minus 128 is 127. So the IP address will be like 127.255.255.255. But 127 network address is reserved for loop back test. And the class A maximum network address is 126.255.255.255. So range of class A will be in this way. 1.0.0.0. And coming to network class B, it is the addressing method is 2 bytes for reserved for network and 2 bytes for host address. Previously we have seen 3 and 1. Now here it is 2 and 2. 2 bytes for network, 2 bytes for host. In the same way it is categorized, divided, 2 bytes for network ID, 2 bytes for host ID. So 2 bits for each class, class B, those are 10. The range of class B is in this way, is 10. So 128 it will be. Then maximum class B network address is 191. 255, 255. Then class C network is 3 bytes for network and 3 bytes for reserved for host. This is 1 byte for host ID. So 3 bits are reserved as 110. So here we have to understand, first we have seen 1 and 3, next we have seen 2 and 2, here it is 3 for network and 1 for host. So minimum class, here also it is mentioned the same thing, like host is 1 and network is 3. So minimum class C address is 110. 110 means 192. And here it is, you can see 110, that is 223, 255, 255, 255. So here it is changing. When the bytes are increasing, it is changing. According to that, it is changing. Then coming to class D, it is used for multicasing and indicating the multicast group address. It doesn't contain any net ID or host ID. It contains only a group ID, which specifies the group to which packet it belongs to. So here in this category, D category class, we don't find any of the host ID or the net ID. We find only group ID, which takes 4 bits. So reserved as this. So you can see 4 bytes are there. Then minimum class D address is 224. Then maximum is 239. So previously we have seen 224. Now it is maximum. Now it is 239 is maximum. Then coming to class E, it is reserved for future use. That is the first byte bits are reserved as this much. And the range of E network is 240. So this is about the classification of IP addresses. That is, we have understood there are 5 types of IP addresses are there. IP address means Internet Protocol. Then the questions may be asked like types of IP. You have to write all this information, and even you can show the tables with the data, whatever information are there according to the bits and bytes. You can show ID bytes and host bytes. That is network bytes and host bytes. Hope this video is helpful in understanding about the different types of IP addresses. Thank you.